Welcome to our 6th annual gathering of our Richmond Hampton Roads mega region. 6th annual gathering. A lot of us were in the room back then when we started. We could never imagine we'd come this far. Before anything else, I want to start off this meeting with gratitude. It's because of people like you guys that really make our mega region possible. First, thank you to the 200 plus people that have elected to be with us today. That's a record crowd. You guys are problem solvers, you're visionary people. You've elected to spend a full day with us, and your time is so valuable in all the things that you run and do and influence. So we really appreciate your commitment. It's really your most precious asset, and to spend it with us is amazing. Second, thank you to our conference partners. We simply couldn't do this without this great team with Chamber RVA and the Hampton Roads Chamber, Brian and your great staff. Thank you so much. And third, I want to thank our sponsors whose support makes Convergence, the ideas and the leadership possible. And we're gonna go over our sponsorship list in just a minute. But I want to share a couple of remarks on how I see this conference and why it's so important. Today is our tipping point moment. And you've heard that phrase a lot, but I sincerely believe this is a big day for us because we are going to focus. This is a line in the sand moment where we get to think about our innovation corridor in a different way, in a really promising way. Today, we're going to focus on our global internet hub strategy and really drill down deep into that and make it our competitive advantage, make it our national, perhaps even international distinction, and make it our strategy to transform our economy, really our leapfrog strategy to outperform, catch up and outperform peer regions and even the states in the Southeast. We really want to become the hottest place, the most desirable place to locate and do business, to attract talent and to retain that talent and grow that talent and to increase our productivity per worker. And over time, that's really going to translate into driving our GDP growth. And that's what we want to do, and in turn, drive our quality of life. So we are like no other place. And I am so confident that we're going to be able to do this together. And it's for three reasons. It's for three kind of characteristics that I think about all of you and what you guys have done. You think big. I mean, just it's a really simple idea, but you guys think beyond traditional city and county borders. And that's big. That's big. We are operating at a level where we're not 30 different jurisdictions, but we're one mega region. Number two, you act boldly. Really act boldly. Courage is already in our DNA. And you guys have really made it part of who we are to get things done. Consider what we've accomplished over the time. And I'm going to go back beyond 6 years. I'm going to go back 10 years when we first started meeting in Williamsburg before we became a 501c3. The CEOs in both markets and some of the community leaders, we really started to focus on that Richmond Marine Terminal and got the Virginia Port Authority to adopt it. And now it's a thriving logistics center in Richmond, just south of Richmond, near in between Richmond and Petersburg. We helped advance the regional transportation authorities. And that took a lot of work, but we helped one another. Both cities, both regions helped one another to get the permission from the General Assembly to really have a taxing authority so we could do a whole bunch of things, like expanding the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel and widening I-64. So speaking of that, we secured that $650 million to widen I-64. And I'm grateful it didn't hold people back this morning driving through the construction of it. And then we supported the Long Bridge expansion. That's the new rail trestle that goes over the Potomac River. We were part of the force that was lobbying for funds there, and that's all been appropriated, and that's going to happen. It's going to unlock passenger rail across Virginia and to and from our hamlets and in between Richmond and Hampton Roads. And most recently, with Chris Lloyd and Ross Grog's help and our whole team with the Global Internet Hub Committee, we ensured the General Assembly didn't restrict the growth of our digital infrastructure. And that was a big, heavy lift at the beginning of the year, and we're getting ready to go into it again. But all of this, these are bold moves. And so I think boldness is part of who we are. And I also believe, as you're going to hear from Paul Soul, our keynote speaker, boldness is also it's 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 part of really what defines winning mega regions. To be bold and to think beyond traditional borders, to take control of their economic destiny. And the third point that I feel is really going to help us today and get us to where we want to go is embracing urgency. That's something that this group does. You told us loudly and clearly in a survey that we did, and we had 71% participation rate, which is unheard of, from all our stakeholders. You guys said, let's double down on the global internet hub, but let's also at the same time incorporate becoming a cyber hub. Let's also at the same time make sure we're AI ready. Let's really put together an integrated strategy. And don't do it someday, do it now. So I love that. I love that kind of charge coming from you. So it really has turned to us and really created this mantra, and I think Aubrey Lane was the first to say it: think big, be bold, embrace urgency. So that's who we are. So what I'm going to leave you with, and what you're going to leave here today with, is you're going to have a deeper and sharper understanding of our global internet hub opportunity. You guys are going to really understand that. And we're going to begin to sort of share our vision for where we want to go, and then what is it going to take to get there. And so I hope you also leave with a renewed sense of what's possible, what we can actually achieve together in making us a real recognized global internet hub that benefits everyone. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for leading. Thank you for believing in what this mega region can become. And thank you again, Brian, for incredible support and the teamwork to get us here. And I want to thank our sponsors. And our sponsors, we really have a record number of sponsors this year, but I just want to call out their names. Cox is our presenting sponsor, and we're going to hear from Jeff Merrick in just a minute. Birdsong Health Literacy Center of Excellence, VHB, and Track, Marathon Consulting, Google, South State, Branch, William & Mary, and the Port of Virginia. So let's have a round of applause for our sponsors. So now it's my honor to introduce Cox Communications and Jeff Merritt, Market VP for Hampton Roads. So Jeff?
All right, good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many of you here today. I'm Jeff Merritt. I'm the Market Vice President for Cox here in Hampton Roads, and we're really proud to be the presenting sponsors of this event. It's certainly wonderful to see so many of our leaders here today from Hampton Roads and Richmond and the entire corridor there. It's great to see our shared regions working so closely together. But this is more than just a meeting of two regions. It's the convergence. It's a convergence of innovation, of infrastructure, and opportunity. Today's conversations will help us make Hampton Roads and Richmond, that entire corridor, more connected and one of the leading corridors in the country. I know we're going to hear from very inspiring speakers today, leaders and visionaries who are going to share ideas and inspiration for all of us. I hope that these insights will help us better understand how collaboration across both Richmond and the Hampton Roads area will unlock new economic potential. At Cox, we believe that infrastructure is more than just roads and bridges. It's fiber, it's bandwidth, and it's bridging the digital divide. We've invested millions in expanding our high-speed network across Hampton Roads, ensuring that homes, schools, hospitals, and businesses have access to reliable and scalable internet. From the southeastern corner of Virginia Beach all the way to the edges of New Kent, we have been building a digital backbone that powers smart cities, remote work, telehealth, and education. We're also proud to be expanding access to rural and underserved communities because we know that everyone needs to have access to these tools for bridging the digital divide. With increasing demand for data center capacity, evolving energy transition goals, digital safety, cybersecurity concerns, we're truly touching on some of the most pressing and transformative topics here today. These topics are not only relevant to us, but they're global topics. And it's good that we can all come together and align on solutions for that. Uh, Cox is also very proud to be committed to bridging the digital divide. We have a program that we offer called Connect to Compete, and that provides affordable internet to low income families and through partnerships with local schools and nonprofits to ensure that every student has the tools that they need to succeed. So, as we look ahead, let's remember that innovation doesn't happen in isolation. It happens when regions collaborate, when industries invest, and when communities are connected. And it's sustained when the public and private sectors partner and not compete to expand and enhance broadband access and beyond. So, thank you all so much for being here today, and we're very proud.